Gascoigne drops off deep. They're coming bold again. There's Robertson. Van Vossen's return pass. Good interception again by Thompson. Gillis to Nicholas. Strong play by Gascoigne. He was fouled by O'Neill. The free kick's been taken already. Gascoigne clearly in a hurry to tie this match up. Van Vossen to Ferguson. Nowhere to go there, heading for the byline. Escorted by Jim Thompson, and Clyde will make another substitution. Player coming off is Graeme FERGUSON. He's entitled to be very tired indeed after the effort he's put into the match. And the replacement is Jim PRUNTY. Young Jamie PRUNTY goes on to replace Ferguson, give him a taste of football life at this level. That's Watson. Loudrup holding off Knox. Back it goes to Andy Gorham. Well, you can tell quite clearly that Clyde have not given this up. They will battle right to the end. Rangers looking for a third goal to end the ties of contest. Graham Watson's clearance. Well, the young man has suffered so bad an injury. A couple of very bad leg breaks as an Aberdeen player. Cross it comes from Petrich. This is McLaren. Loudrup to Van Vossen. Well tackled again by Thompson. Timing was superb. Clyde come forward again with O'Neill being chased by Charlie Miller. That's good play. The run is made by Nisbet. And it was Petrich at full stretch who made the saving tackle. Clyde retained an ambition. That's quite clear.
Again, a tremendous move through the middle. Only a last gasp tackle gets that ball away from his foot. But you know, we keep saying, what can Clyde do next? They've responded magnificently. They know they haven't put their heads down. They've buckled up, and they're working hard. And Rangers, I thought this would be a comfortable game for them tonight, but it certainly hasn't been anything but that.
And it's certainly not over either. Nicholas with a pass. Here's Knox. Chance on now in the counter-attack for Rangers, led by Gascoigne. Loudrup to his right. This could tie it up for Rangers. Van Vossen, he was onside. It counts. His first goal in Rangers colours, and sure enough, the tie is won. Well, the referee, a close look at the linesman here.
Yeah, I think the referee and the linesman were both right. And all credit to Van Vossen, he held himself behind that. But again, credit to Loudrup, because he was unselfish. He knew this was an important moment for them and just laid it across the goals for an easy opener for Van Vossen's goal account. But it was a good break by Rangers. But it was down to the fact that Clyde haven't given up this tie. They were pushing hard to try and get something back from the game, and you know, they were committed and left themselves stretched at the back.
Yes, they lost the ball and set in the middle of the field. They're trying to build up an attack, and were thin at the back when that move developed. Van Vossen staying behind Brian Loudrup, so that he was onside. Here's Ian Ferguson. Taking on Gillis. Another excellent save by Hillcoat. Knox with the clearance. Well, it certainly would be very rough on Clyde if they were to take a drubbing in the last 10 minutes or so.
Well, it would certainly put a false impression on the difficulty that the Rangers have suffered tonight. Rangers have had to work very hard to get a result, and they have, at times, have played so magnificently to get that result. But all credit to
here's Gascoigne. That's number 4. Gascoigne's 11th goal of the season. He takes it calmly.
The quality of the pass and the time of the run are brilliant, and so is Gascoigne's finish. Magnificent. Knew exactly what he wanted, but look at that ball through. Good run by Gascoigne. He's made several of those runs. Never got the delivered pass, but there you are, he doesn't miss those beautifully. But it's a shame to Clyde, but all credit to Rangers as well, because they played football all the way through. They never lost their head. They kept working away, and are getting the produce now.
Eddie Anand is being withdrawn, and that's a reflection in his contribution. He's worked extremely hard. The replacement is young Paul Patterson, 20-year-old. Spell at Rangers, then with Motherwell, now at Clyde. And 4-1 it is. And for Clyde now, the roof is falling in. Tidying up work done by Graham Watson. PRUNTY now out in his back. Tackle came from VOSSEN. Rangers have the throw. Gascoigne. It's a very good scoring record he has from midfield. The Rangers, 11 goals he scored this stage in the season.
I think it's a tremendous return that he's given Rangers. He's got this ability to break forward and burst into that box, and he looks to me to be getting fitter and sharper by the game, and I think it all goes well for him personally, because obviously he's worked hard at his personal fitness and he puts so much in the game, but he's got this little quality that we seldom see nowadays, of being able to hold that ball and pinpoint beautiful passes.
Clyde of a free kick. Here's Charlie Nicholas. Posted down by Gascoigne. Van VOSSEN has found space through the middle. Laudrup sprinting clear on the right. That's for Laudrup. Well, that's unusual. Losing his bearings there, standing in the ball. Gillis collects for Clyde. Nicholas again dropping deep. Well, I'm sure Clyde still wants another goal before the end. To finish with some style. Well, they had real hopes for fully 13 minutes. That's the time they held the lead provided by Ian Angus. Only the last quarter of the match that Rangers have taken over. So Laudrup back to Petric. Cross it goes from McCall to Moore. Tackle came from Knox. Patterson couldn't get there ahead of Petric. She was a bit clumsy with the challenge. The free kick's been taken already by Rangers. There goes Gascoigne. And a splendid tackle on Gascoigne there by Knox. Here's Alan McLaren. And now Gascoigne. McCall has options to the right and Laudrup through the middle. Miller, Ferguson, and Van VOSSEN. This is Laudrup. Charlie Miller looking at his hat-trick. He's disappointed. That was a reasonable chance, all right. Again, provided by Laudrup.
He's produced some magnificent crosses in from both sides, and he picks out Charlie Miller here. Charlie just maybe timed his run just a little bit badly. He was in ahead of the ball there and didn't get any power behind it. But he can be happy, because his initial goals were very important to Rangers tonight.
So back it comes from Moore to McLaren. Gascoigne. Here's Laudrup. Headed on by Petric. Here's Thompson, who's had a fine match for Clyde. Well, that's handball against him. He's booked after 10 minutes for handball. He's done it again. Just 3 or 4 minutes from the end, and happily no action taken by the referee except the free kick. Miller inside, Van VOSSEN to Laudrup. Couldn't get that past Nisbet. Thompson looking there for O'Neill, who really has run out of steam, I think, now, and not surprisingly. these Clyde players a credit to their club. Credit to their manager Alex Smith, who set them up so expertly for the match. But the strength and the ability of Rangers in the end telling. Thompson still there, clearing up that cross. So Van Vossen now looking for the chance to play a telling pass from here. Now Laudrup. Headed away by Gillis. Patterson on his own up here with Moore and Petrich and McLaren. Replacing Eddie Annan. McLaren to Gascoigne. Into the gap it goes for Ferguson. That's Van Vossen. Ferguson tackles for where he wanted the ball. Never shot at goal, I think. Van Vossen will lay this back perhaps to Charlie Miller to give him a chance for the hat-trick. Did Paul kindly. Gascoigne. Now Laudrup. Clearance by Knox. Still Rangers coming forward. Clyde hanging on here, trying to retain as much respectability as possible. I think there are very few neutrals who would grudge them that. Well, Rangers taking time in possession. Well, Billy, you've another task to perform. The Tenants man of the match is to be announced by you and a number of candidates, I'm sure.
They certainly are, and an awful lot of them are in those Clyde colours, and indeed Brian Laudrup figures very, very highly. And I always like to give it to an attacker, but on this occasion I feel I've got to give it to John Hillcoat, because those saves he produced looked so confident between the sticks, and he helped Clyde settle down and helped them make a real cup tie of this. And really, if you think about it, he had no chance with any goals, and give a young man who perhaps doesn't get an awful lot of the spotlight just a chance. So my Tenants man of the match would certainly be the goalkeeper, John Hillcoat.
Rangers enjoying possession here, keeping the ball and setting up Ian Ferguson as Charlie Miller. And there's the man mentioned by Billy McNeil, the man of the match, John Hillcoat. And certainly never at fault any of the goals, and no chance at all.
No, he showed tremendous composure even early in the game, and never a chance with any goals. And if anything, he epitomised the Clyde spirit, the Clyde attitude tonight.
25 years old, 2 years with Clyde from Dunfermline. Some consolation, but he has produced a terrific performance. Clyde too, the team have been really terrific and well worthy of all the credit they're going to get for this performance. The scoreline makes it sound easy for Rangers, but those who've been watching know differently. It's taken until the last quarter of the match for Rangers to break through. Here's Charlie Nicholas, who's also shown some marvellous glimpses of real style. Here's Ian Angus. Clyde trying to emulate that spell of possession Rangers enjoyed. Both sides know the game is over. There's a bit of pride at stake now. This is a good play. Now Knox. Patterson. Tackled well by Moore. The referee Kenny Clark brings a splendid cup tie to an end. Clyde, a credit to the second division. Charlie Miller, a key man in scoring the equalising goal and the leading goal for Rangers. Peter Van Vossen got his first in Rangers colours before Paul Gascoigne produced another gem 7 minutes from time. It's been a very healthy complexion of the scoreline, but what a fright Rangers got thanks to the goal from Ian Angus in 53 minutes. And Charlie Nicholas and Paul Gascoigne exchanging congratulations. And there's the man of the match. The Tenants man of the match is John Hillcoat, the outstanding young goalkeeper for Clyde, who kept this tie full of interest right through to the point where the second goal went in. Andy Gorham greets him warmly. Some words of encouragement for the young man. And Andy Gorham perhaps reflecting on the chance missed by Keith Knox at 1-0 to Clyde. Hillcoat goes off. Gascoigne applauds the fans as well. It's been a splendid night's football, and Clyde have made this a cup tie to remember. So, the teams depart, the crowd's still buzzing. Billy, what about that Clyde performance?
Tremendous, you know, that I've got to be honest, as an old Clyde manager, you know, I was hoping they wouldn't be disgraced tonight, and they weren't. They were magnificent, and really, at the end of the day, it's a little bit disappointing that Rangers scored 4, but all credit to Rangers as well, because they worked hard, they never lost their heads, they kept playing a nice bit of football. Laudrup, I felt, was magnificent tonight, and perhaps at the end of the day, because of the possession they had, were due that result.
Well, the man of the moment is with Davy Provan. John Hillcourt, the Clyde goalkeeper. John, let me take you back to the 53rd minute in that match. Just what was going through your mind when Ian Angus put Clyde ahead?
I was delighted, you know. I thought we had them at 1-0. But obviously, like a team like Rangers, you know, I mean, they've just got to keep coming back at you, and that's what they've done.
You told me on Thursday that when we spoke that you were going to have the time of your life tonight. How did you enjoy the centre stage?
Well, I enjoyed the first half. Obviously, you know, it was nil each. We're getting nil each. We've got a chance. And as I say, they just come up and just done us basically.
Charlie, we've asked John what was going through his mind at 1-0. What were you thinking?
I thought that was it. I was really scared. But we came back and battled on. We got the victory, and I think the fans are happy now.
Did you always feel that if you kept working, Clyde, kept the pace of the game up, you would get your reward?
I always think that every game, if somebody goes ahead, we never stop, we just keep on playing. And that's what we've done. We got a victory. Clyde done very well.
Charlie, I'm sure you won't disagree with this man getting the Man of the Match award tonight, and perhaps you'll present the plaque to him. Well done, lads.
Well done, mate.
Yeah, well done, John. That was some performance by Clyde all round. Smashing, thoroughly enjoyable. They're beaten by 4-1, but certainly not disgraced. Cracking cup tie. We'll have the thoughts of Craig Brown and Steve Archibald when we come back.
Their mission to investigate crime in the armed forces.
This is not a courtroom, it's a battle zone.
An elite squadron on a unique assignment.
I don't want to hear suicide or murder.
On land.
Who started it? I did, sir.
At sea.
I said dismissed.
And in the air.
Are you testing her guts or yours?
Because in the forces,
I can deny any damn thing I want.
no rank is above the law.
They're firing, damn it! No, they're not! Stop!
Jag, the series, begins Tuesday at 8 on Sky 1.
Do you like it here? We're one big happy family, aren't we, Debs?
Thank you. Yeah.
That's your photocopier. Poison. Departure lounge.
Sorry?
Yeah, people tend not to last long in here. Heart attacks, ulcers, stress. Non-stop pressure from Mr. Richard... Ah, Mr. Richardson.
Ah, Jane. Suit you? Your new office.
There may be trouble ahead, but while there's moonlight and music and love and romance, let's face the music and dance.
Because your job can change your life critically, Allied Dunbar financial plans adapt to help you face the unexpected.
Let's face the music and dance.
Problem?
Got it covered.
Allied Dunbar, for the life you don't yet know.
Orange now covers 90% of the population of Great Britain and is still growing. And the size of our digital network means however busy we get, there will always be room. The future's bright. The future's orange. Call 0800 80 10 80.
Where on earth can you find all the holidays in the world rolled into one? Walt Disney World, Florida. 43 square miles of sunshine, pleasure, and excitement. It's a Walt Disney World of holidays in one. To help you plan yours, call 0990-000-000 for your free video.
If you suffer from indigestion,
Take many Rapese.
In 4 fruity flavours.
They work, you know, that's the thing that I like.
It's tangy, it's fast, it's Rennie Rapese.
1996 Micra.
When your sore throat feels like this, try new Strepsils Dual Action. It numbs the throat with anesthetic and helps fight infection with antibacterials. For severe sore throats, new Strepsils Dual Action, only from your pharmacist.
The most amazing machine on the planet can run on any terrain. It can withstand impacts that would dent steel plate, or repair its own bodywork without leaving a single mark. It can travel for miles on a few cups of water, or take to the air more gracefully than a rocket. Every model is different, a one-off built to order. And if you look after it properly, this machine will last a lifetime. You're amazing. We want you to stay that way.
"4-1 Rangers," which doesn't really tell us the whole story tonight. It's a terrific performance from Clyde. And you look at the attempts from Rangers, 23, 11 on target, 9 corners without reply from Clyde. Just the one booking, Jim Thompson, in the first half. Action areas first half dominated by Rangers, but it was goalless at half-time. Second half, not much of a change really, and the possession looked 63% to Rangers. Scottish team manager Craig Brown is with us tonight. So too is Steve Archibald. And as I said, Steve, anything but embarrassed there, Clyde. They've had a smashing night, haven't they?
Fantastic night. I think that we've had everything in the game that we weren't really entitled to be honest. You've had Clyde scoring the first goal, and the way it was scored as well, it was constructed beautifully. There was, I don't know how many passes there were.
Well, let's have a look. Here it comes, real time, actually. They were in trouble.
Yeah, very deep it started.
And there was an opinion in here that they should just get this out, which was mine. But you were right, Craig. They played the way. I mean, this is terrific, isn't it?
Yeah.
You counting, Steve?
Yeah, 6 already.
Yeah.
And
We've
great
kept possession.
7, and then the great delivery from Charlie.
8 and the 9.
Good finish as well, eh?
Superb finish.
Ninth pass. Tremendous goal.
Quality of the ball in?
Magnificent.
Yeah.
That's the goal of the night, I'm afraid. And maybe it was the wrong thing at the wrong time, because that spurred Rangers into action.
Whipped in at great pace. Terrific delivery. Good header. And but Rangers must take a lot of credit, because everything was against them at that stage, and they've been really professional, come through and gone on to win the game. Fantastic.
Might have been more against them had Keith Knox taken that opportunity at 1-0. And what sort of chance was this from a man who's made his reputation in and around the penalty box?
It was a chance, real chance, but you've got to look at who the chance falls to. It's Keith Knox, who's not a renowned goal scorer. And perhaps if it had fallen to Charlie or Eddie Anand, then it may have been a different story, but it falls to Keith. And he just snatches at it. He's got more time than he knows. Oh. And if Clyde scored there, then Rangers are really on a sticky wicket.
So we're ahead for 13 minutes, Craig. We were talking about Charlie Nicholas at the end of the first half. Charlie Miller, within about the space of 10 minutes in the second half. He got the equaliser.
Yeah, Charlie Miller did very well here, but I think I was crediting Alex Smith at half-time with excellent tactics. We've got to commend Walter Smith also. He made a vital change. He brought Charlie Miller into his natural position in midfield and pushed Ian Ferguson up. Brought Van Vossen closer to Ferguson through the middle, and it was a totally different Rangers team. But Charlie, coming from deep, finished that magnificently.
And Miller, of course, got the second, created by Van Vossen, this one, who stayed on his feet here. Could have gone down again.
But
There's no need for that, was there?
run. This is a great run to the front post by Charlie Miller. Again, from the deeper midfield position.
I think the credit here is
to Van Vossen for not falling.
To Van Vossen, yeah. Superb. Waited, patience, and Charlie's made the run, as Craig said, and great finish.
He hit the bar right at the start of the second half, Van Vossen, and then finally found a way through his first goal for Rangers. It was over as a contest, but that was offside, wasn't it?
Well, I wouldn't say that, but it was marginally onside, I thought. He came from behind the ball, but very unselfish on the part of Brian Laudrup. Brian Laudrup could have tried to score himself, but that's typical of him. He's an unselfish player, and he set it up for Van Vossen very well.
Let's just have a look at the fourth quickly. Paul Gascoigne got that in typical Gascoigne fashion, I would suggest, Steve.
Superb run, superb ball. Timing was all there. Timing was everything. Keepers and caught in no man's land, and it's a classy goal. Good goal.
A great reverse pass.
Yeah.
From, I think, Brian Laudrup to him. Tremendous.
Well, Alex Smith and his team can take a great deal of credit out of the evening, and here he is with Davy Provan.
Yeah, Clyde will take a great deal of credit out of the match. Alec, at 1-0, did you feel you might hold on at that stage?
Yes, I thought at that stage we were well on top. We'd scored, Rangers were rattled, and I felt that for an hour and a quarter of the game, we looked as if we were going to get a result. We had the opportunity to get it to 2. We missed the opportunity, and Rangers raced up the park and equalised. And always against a bigger club when you're playing like that, if you don't get the extra goal and take the chance when it comes to get it to 2, then you're liable to be punished at the other end of the park, and that's exactly what happened.
Do you think a bit of tiredness set in there because Rangers kept the pace of the game up?
I think no doubt about that. I think when we lost the first goal, there was a bit of tiredness came in. I came down the stairs and wanted to make a couple of changes before the second one went in, and unfortunately we lost it before we got the substitutions made. They're tired visibly because Rangers getting the goal took the pressure back off them, then they started to play. And of course their players, when they get in top, can play the game, and they made us work harder after that.
The Clyde performance tonight, Alec, begs the question why Clyde are lying 4th bottom of the 2nd division. What can Clyde take from this? Well,
that's an interesting question for us. We've got to take a lot of credit from it and realise that is the way we want the game played. And if we play the game like that, at that particular pace against the clubs that we play in our league, then we'll have no fears. But we tend to play like that in the opening spells of the game, score a goal, then allow teams to come and...
Well, that's rather disappointing, but I think we got the gist of the evening from Alex there. Not enough time, sadly, to go back, but there is to say a big thank you to Craig for joining us tonight, and also to Steve Archibald. Thoroughly enjoyed it this end. I wish we had more time to talk, but we'll see you both again shortly, I trust.
Thank you.
Now, coming up on Sky Sports...